Imagine your own quiet street. You know the neighbors. You wave at the mail carrier. The biggest worry is who forgot to put out the trash bins. It feels safe, predictable, like nothing bad could ever happen here. But then, late one evening, a phone rings. It is not a friendly call. The voice on the other end is shaky. Something is wrong. Someone is missing. In that moment, everything changes. The world you knew is gone. This is what happened in Oak Haven, a small town with tree-lined streets, tidy lawns, and a deep sense of community, until one night when two young people, Lilly and Jack, simply vanished. The call that night was the start of a mystery that would haunt Oak Haven for years to come. A mystery that began with fear and only grew stranger as time went on. Lilly and Jack were like any other young couple in Oak Haven. They laughed with friends. They helped neighbors. On the night they disappeared, they had been at a friend's house, eating pizza and playing games. It was a normal night. No one saw anything unusual as they left. They said goodbye, promised to text when they got home, and walked out into the cool night air. But they never made it home. Their phones went silent. Their social media accounts froze in time. By morning, worry turned to panic. Friends and family called, texted, and searched every familiar place. But Lilly and Jack were gone. No arguments, no signs of trouble. Just gone, as if the night had swallowed them up. The questions started immediately. Where could they have gone? Who would want to hurt them? The mystery grew with every passing hour. The people of Oak Haven did not wait. By sunrise, volunteers were already gathering. They printed flyers, organized search parties, and knocked on every door. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police, known as the RCMP, arrived quickly. They set up a command post at the community center. Search teams combed the woods and fields. Drones buzzed overhead. Dogs sniffed for any trace. People searched ditches, barns, and even the riverbank. The whole town worked together, hoping for a miracle. But days passed, and there was no sign of Lilly or Jack. The RCMP brought in experts from across the province. They used helicopters, boats, and even underwater cameras. Still, nothing. As hope faded, fear grew. The searchers kept going, driven by love and worry, but the silence was deafening. It was as if Oak Haven itself was holding its breath. Then, some signs appeared. First, they found Lilly's phone. It was cracked and muddy, lying at the edge of a field. The screen was shattered and the battery was dead. No messages, no calls, just silence. Next, Jack's backpack turned up. But it was in a strange place, hanging from a tree branch far from any trail. Inside were his wallet and a half-eaten granola bar. It looked like it had been dropped in a hurry. Witnesses also reported seeing a dark utility vehicle near the old mill that night. No one recognized it. It did not belong to anyone in town. It drove away quickly when someone tried to get close. These clues only deepened the mystery. Each one seemed important, but none gave answers. Instead, they opened more questions than they closed. So what could these clues mean? The phone, the backpack, the strange vehicle? Each one seemed to point in a different direction. Some folks thought Lilly and Jack had just run away. Others, well, they feared something much worse. The damaged phone, it really suggested a struggle. Or maybe, just maybe, it was dropped in panic. Jack's backpack, found so far from any path, seemed like a sign. But honestly, a sign of what? Had someone taken them? Or had they tried to escape from something? The mystery vehicle, it quickly became the talk of the town. Was it just a stranger passing through or someone with a real reason to hide? The RCMP, they checked every security camera they could find, but they found nothing helpful at all. Rumors started to spread. Some people said the couple had enemies. Others, they whispered about secret plans. But the truth was, no one really knew. The clues, instead of helping, only made the mystery harder to solve. Years passed, and the case grew cold. People moved on, but, the pain never really left. Then, deep in the abandoned Blackstone mine, a group of explorers found something strange. A small, old-fashioned music box. Oddly enough, it wasn't covered in dust like everything else in the mine. It looked almost new. But the song it played, well, it was hauntingly familiar. It was the tune Lilly's mother used to sing to her as a child. No one could explain how the music box got there. The mine had been sealed for years, and the path to the spot was dangerous and hidden. The object just didn't belong in that place or time. This was the worst clue, because it made no sense at all. It changed everything, but honestly, it solved nothing. The music box, it really forced investigators to rethink the case. Was it a message? A cruel trick? Or maybe a sign that Lilly and Jack had been there, long after everyone stopped looking? The RCMP reopened the mine. They searched every tunnel and crevice, but they found no other trace of the missing couple. The music box was the only clue. It was almost as if someone wanted it to be found but not understood. This new evidence, well, it made the old clues even more confusing. If Lilly or Jack had been in the mine, why leave no other sign? And if someone else put the music box there, why choose that particular song? The town buzzed with new theories. Some believed the music box was a message from Lilly, others thought it was just a cruel joke, but the truth, well, it was lost in the darkness of the mine. The RCMP faced a hard choice. Should they keep searching or accept that the trail had gone cold? The music box raised more questions than answers. Some officers wanted to keep looking while others said it was time to let go. The families begged for answers. They wanted the search to continue no matter how long it took. But the RCMP had limited resources. Each new search brought hope, but also heartbreak. The debate grew heated. Some said the music box meant Lilly and Jack were still out there. Others believed it was the end of the line. The community was divided, torn between hope and despair. In the end, the RCMP decided to scale back the search. They promised to follow any new leads, but the active hunt was over. The mystery remained, unsolved. For Lilly and Jack's families, the pain never faded. Birthdays and holidays came and went. Every phone call brought a jolt of hope, and then disappointment. The music box was a cruel reminder that answers might never come. The town of Oakhaven changed too. People locked their doors, children came home before dark, the sense of safety was gone. The missing faces stared out from posters and shop windows, silent witnesses to a tragedy no one could explain. Grief counselors visited the school, neighbors checked on each other more often, but the wound never healed. The mystery hung over Oakhaven like a shadow, growing longer with each year. The worst part was not knowing what happened, not knowing if the truth would ever come to light. Oakhaven is not alone. Other towns have faced mysteries like this, cases with strange clues that only made things harder. In some places, a single shoe was found miles from where a person vanished. In others, a cryptic note appeared, leading nowhere. These cases show how one odd clue can change everything. Sometimes it gives hope. Other times it leads investigators in circles. The music box in the mine was just such a clue, strange, out of place, impossible to explain. Experts say that the hardest mysteries are the ones with too many questions and not enough answers. Families are left to wonder. Communities are left to fear. The truth slips further away with every passing year. The story of Lilly and Jack is a reminder sometimes the worst clue is the one you cannot understand. Years later, Oakhaven still waits. The faces of Lilly and Jack are faded now, but the questions remain sharp. Did they leave by choice, or were they taken? Was the music box a message or a cruel joke? Will the truth ever be known? Some people say the case will never be solved. Others believe that one day a new clue will appear. Until then, the mystery endures, haunting families, friends, and everyone who remembers the night everything changed. The pain of not knowing is heavy, but so is the hope that one day answers will come. The story of Lilly and Jack is unfinished. It is a wound that will not heal, a question that will not let go. And so the town waits. For justice, for truth, for Lilly and Jack to come home, or for the mystery to finally be solved.